everybody. Welcome to another Fresh Take. Vicky, how are you?
I'm good. What's going on?
The season finale of Rings of Power Season 2. We are at the end of Season 2 of Rings of Power, and I'm glad they went ahead and greenlit Season 3 because, yeah. that,
Listen,
yeah.
listen, hold on. Everybody come to the front. Come to the front. If you're watching this and you haven't watched season 1 yet, I'm not sure why you're doing that, but whatever. Listen, just get through season 1. Just get through it. I know it's not The Hobbit. I know it's not Lord of the Rings. And I know you're like, what is all this going on? It's a bunch of foolishness. I know. But if you get to season 2, baby, this is our Lord of the Rings, okay? It is so good. It is so good. And the season finale, this season finale was so good. It had this, it had that, it was this, it was that. I was like, oh, over here. I was like, I was like, yes. So wait, okay, here's my question.
Mm-hmm.
Right, because I while I was at TwitchCon, I watched. That's why we missed last week because I was just too exhausted from TwitchCon and recovering and everything like that. I watched I The Hobbit was on TV, so I watched The Hobbit.
Okay.
Because then I was like, oh, so like whatever his name was, Thorin, whatever his name was. I was like, wait, who is he in relation to Durin? So I had to go down the family tree. Now he's a good number of generations, but it was within reason of the good number of generations to see where he was related. And then you saw like from Lord of the Rings, Philly and whatever their names was.
Feeling Keely and
yeah. So you saw, I was like, oh, okay. So here's my question. Is it the same mountain?
It's the same mountain that was in Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring.
Okay, so
Khazad Dûm is that mountain. It's the mountain that they're talking about in the Hobbit, the Lonely Mountain. That's a different mountain. That's a different mountain. Yeah.
Okay, because I was like, wait. I was like, if I see the Balrog, then where does Smaug come in, and where did the Balrog go? But it's two different mountains.
It's two different mountains. Balrog and Smaug are Morgoth's, the original Dark Lord, two of his lieutenants. It was him. It was them two, and Sauron was his lieutenants.
Oh, okay.
The Balrog they locked in the bottom of Khazad Dûm. The problem was with where they locked him at was that's where all the Mithril was at too.
Yeah, they locked him in a bad spot.
Yeah, the whole thing with Smaug was when Morgoth died, Smaug was like, I ain't got to listen to nobody no more. So
I'm gonna go be a dragon and go where all the gold is, and
he just set up shop.
So I was like I was trying to figure out. I was like, that didn't. I was like, how Sway? But I was like, is it two different mountains? Because I couldn't. I was, I'm watching, The Hobbit, but then I'm remembering Lord of the Rings, but then I'm watching this one with the Rings of Power. So I was like, I'm trying to and I was like, oh shoot! I was like, that's Elrond grown up, and I was like, wait. And then in this season finale, when blind queen chick gave homeboy the sword, I was like, wait, is that the sword the old boy has in Lord of the Rings that's in pieces? And I was like, and a homegirl puts together, and then I was like, wait, and then so it's like, wait a minute, I gotta rewatch everything. Rewatch everything because now everything is everything. I gotta rewatch it all because
where the first season didn't connect hardly any dots, the only people that knew anything were people that read the books. This season they did a better job of connecting the dots.
Yeah, so now it's all making sense. I need to text my friend who loves Lord of the Rings to make sure she's like, I think she stopped watching Rings of Power. So I'm gonna tell her, listen, I know watch it so you can get to season 2 because you'll love season 2. Now everything is clicking, and then you gotta like rewatch like all the other stuff again.
The thing I would give season 2 is they did a very good job of, and I got to give the actor that plays Sauron / Anatar, that dude was acting his ass off. He did a very good job of bringing Sauron to the screen,
Yeah,
and the way he manipulated situations to his end.
Yeah, like he was very manipulative.
Yeah,
he was very crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it was moments that you felt bad for him. That like
episode 7.
I was like, wait, I shouldn't be cheering for him. Like he is so in his own world that he thinks enslaving everybody is the right thing to do.
Well, he said it in episode 7. He said when him and Callum Brimble was talking, he said he like basically he's doing that because that was done to him. Like Morgoth was torturing him, was doing him like that. So that's why he's doing people like that. And he thinks the only way he can keep that from happening to other people is if they do what he say.
Yeah.
Not realizing he's doing the exact same thing. That's what Callum Brimble was talking like, bro, you doing the same thing. You ain't no liberator.
You're not anymore. You're not any better.
Yeah.
Like if anything, you should be focusing on like helping peace and stopping war, not waging war. And not waging war to take over because then now I can make it peaceful. No.
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 And they did a good job of showing the rings actually manipulating people. They did a very good job of that. Because like the first couple of episodes, you're like, there ain't nothing wrong with the rings. Like they're actually helping.
Yeah.
Boy, you get to episode 4.
You start to see like, oh,
that's why.
But like when that moment of the last episode, the episode before the season finale, when you knew that Durin wasn't going to be there for Elrond, I was like, oh,
yeah, that part hurt.
So in the Hobbit, see, I'm gonna be all over the place, so y'all bear with me because I messed around and watched two movies of the Hobbit in the midst of watching this. When Thorin or whatever, right? Thorin, ain't that his name?
That's Thorin,
when he was like, we don't, blah blah, we don't mess with elves. You ain't come to our aid when we called for you.
Mm-hmm.
When was that? Like,
that
is that
was
when Balrog took over?
No. The Thorin stuff happens with Smaug.
That's
the stuff that happens with the dragon. Now, put the Balrog stuff out of your mind when you're looking at the Hobbit, because the Hobbit is Smaug is the lieutenant they have to worry about in that.
How? So okay, here's my question. That's where my problem is. So Thorin is the great grandson of Durin. He's right down the line.
Yes. It's that line. Yes.
Yeah. So when Balrog took over that mountain, did they go to the Lonely Mountain?
No. There was already dwarves at the Lonely Mountain. The stuff when Balrog finally gets out of where the king and him got separated, that's like 1,000 years later.
Okay, so
from that moment.
So because like they lost their home.
Yeah, like when Smaug came and burnt everything and just basically killed everybody that was in. Well, the majority of the dwarves that was in there, he killed the majority of the dwarves that was in there and just basically sat on their gold.
Yeah, that's my question: is why was Thorin in that home, in that mountain?
At that point, because I gotta go back and read the summary.
Because remember in Lord of the Rings, you saw like the devastation because they had to go through that mountain.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing is that what drove them to the other mountain before Smaug?
No. Because that's a separate.
I just want to know why they're going to that one, and then if those magical doors
remember it's 7 dwarf lords. It's not just the one. It's
I know there's 7. So, I guess, but if Thorin is the direct line from Durin, why was he going to the Lonely Mountain instead of trying to claim? Like, why is he trying to claim that mountain versus?
Because that was his birthright.
Why is that his birthright, not the other mountain?
I can't remember. It's been a while
Okay,
since I read
I guess
Silmarillion.
something must have happened for them to leave that mountain. Like,
Yeah, everybody, because the stuff that happened with the Balrog, because remember Gimli thought they were alive when they went in there. They had been dead for about a century.
Yeah.
So, and we got to remember, dwarves are not the same as humans. Dwarves and elves have way longer lifespan.
Yeah, they live for a long time.
So, like the last time he had been in there was like maybe like 100 years before, and everybody was happy and drinking and eating and stuff. So when he went back, remember they had been dead for a while when they went in there. They was like beyond decomposed.
I need to rewatch everything. I just need to rewatch. I need
can see how that
go back,
confuse you though.
Because I was like, why is Homeboy trying to claim this mountain? Shouldn't he be trying to claim that mountain? Because that one got the dragon, this one got the big old,
Balrog in the basement.
Yeah. So it was like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was like, wait. But okay.
They did do a good job on the CG though, because that Balrog looked good.
And then he had like the fire whip
and the fire sword.
Like the fire
sword.
Was it a sword or was it a trident? It looked kind of like a trident.
When it morphed down, because they showed it like I love the scene because they show him do the whip, then he pulls his arm back, and then it morphs down into like a blade.
Yeah,
and that's when
I was like, yo, I was like, this dude is smooth with it.
And then the king basically, that was the time he decided to take the damn ring off. I'm like, you taking the ring off at the wrong time. Now you
want to be crazy? Now,
because he used the ring on
so he can figure out how to close this off so we can all live. Foolish.
No, if you're going to fight that thing, leave that ring on.
Yeah, like what are we doing?
But he did go out because I guess that finally made him see the light. Because the way they did the rings.
Yeah, he saw the fiery light of death.
Yeah. Well, not remember, because the way they did the rings, like he saw the mithril. So I'm like, bro, it wasn't like it was a lie. There was mithril down there. It just wasn't the only thing down there. So, I mean, that's why I liked how this season shaped up. I will give they wrote Galadriel a little bit better this season. First season, she was insufferable. She was just like,
yeah, she was so like,
I didn't like her.
Blinders on and so hyper focused that was hard to like.
It was hard to be on her side. It really was. This season, I think they wrote her a little bit. They calmed her nerve a little bit better. She was just better. They gave us a new person to hate though. The other dude's son.
Yeah.
I wanted Isildur to kill him so bad. I'm like, bro, just break his neck. All you gotta do is break his neck. If you break his neck, nobody gonna care. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that dude's. I hope his death is hilariously fitting because I know he's gonna die because he's a little prick. So I just hope he gets done up in the worst way. The stuff with Numenor, I thought could have been like wrapped up in like 2 episodes. They kind of drug that stuff out with Elendil leaving and getting Narsil and all that. I kind of think they drug that out a little bit. I'm like, they could have finished that up in like 2 episodes, to be honest.
Yeah, like that. Like, listen, the new king is evil and corrupt and wild.
His wild.
Son is a snot-nosed, evil little jerk. Evil little roach. He's a little roach. Yep. And when he said that your mother saw that you would die, blah blah blah. Oh, he's going to die bad. I'm waiting for it. I am going to get out my popcorn. And I'm going to have little M&Ms sprinkled into my popcorn, and I'm going to laugh and cackle and be happy. He needs to go. I can't wait.
He needs the Joffrey Ramsay treatment.
Listen, I like because I'm also Googling stuff the whole time. So I had to Google about the sword, and that's when I found out that sword, like Isildur, is the one that's going to have that sword and cut.
Yeah, cut his ring. He cut
the ring off, and then that's when it breaks. And I was like, that's so cool that's going to be him. Mm-hmm. Going to be the one to do it.
That's it. Like the way they're doing it. Like
how many years? Is it like from right now in the season finale until they actually fight?
It should be going by the book time. It should be like a year and a half because everybody comes together to fight him, and he still has to make the one. He hasn't made the one yet, and he has to give the 9 kings the rings. So like next season we should meet the rest of the 7 kings. And we only saw 2 kings, 2 human kings.
Yeah.
So next season, since they did greenlight season 3, we should see the rest of the kings. Now I don't know how they're gonna do this because I don't think they're gonna make it to season 4 and 5 because from what I've read, the ratings are real low on this season. People ain't been watching.
That's the thing. It's like because season 1 wasn't good.
It was too up and down.
They lost the Lord of the Ring fans. So like I don't know what they need to do.
You gotta convince them to watch it. And I don't know how you do that. Because the same thing that happened to Halo. Halo season 1 was all over the place. Halo season 2 was way more of a focused thing. So it worked better. Even though I didn't agree with everything they did, it was a better told story, but people didn't watch it because they were like, man, the first season.
You know what they need to do? Hey, listen. Rings of Power people. Listen to me. What y'all need to do is the same thing as why I'm watching Sister Wives now. Okay?
What?
I know. Listen. You need to have a couple of well-knowledge influencers sit there and take clips and break down parts and have fun and cackle and blah 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 while watching the Rings of Power and put those little clips right on TikTok. That's what you need to do.
Probably, yeah. That's probably
I had no interest in Sister Wives. I'm not a big reality show person. I had no interest in that. But child, when them people were breaking it down, like, oh, that wife is leaving him. I was like, wait, what's going on? No interest in that show at all. I'm watching it now. So I feel like that's how they can bring people back is that they need to get influencers to talk like, and people who are like excited about the show and like have fun. And then you have some black people who gonna be like, oh, you got played by blah, 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 like being all extra and stuff, and put that on TikTok. Have them things go viral. You'll get all your Lord of the Rings people back. You'll get them back.
Well, also I think like I don't want to say bring in Peter Jackson, but I'm like at some point I think they need to do a better job marketing because I just don't think season 2 was marketed well because all I saw was like one trailer on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I knew it was back. Like I didn't see press releases or nothing. They do on Prime Video. They do have the little after the episode. They have the episode review people. They do that thing. I think that's pretty cool. But I just don't know how you get people back. But I enjoyed this season way more than I did the first season. Even the stuff with Gandalf, they finally gave Gandalf his name in episode 8, and they gave him his staff. So
yes,
that was actually pretty interesting. He still has trouble controlling his abilities, which I think is also actually pretty cool too, because he's way more powerful than he should be, which I actually like. I actually like that, especially since him and that Dark Wizard probably ain't gonna brawl till next season anyway. So, but they did do a good job of setting that up for that part of the story. The other thing I thought was weird was the stuff with the black elf Arandir, and oh girl, they just killed her off screen after the first season, and she was Theo's mom.
Oh yeah.
She just died magically. I'm like,
she was really injured. When she was like really injured, and I guess then she died.
Okay, because I was just like, I don't remember. I probably need to go back and watch that.
Yeah, I remember her being really injured. I think she did die. I think she died on screen.
Okay, I didn't remember that, but
she had like a really bad stomach wound.
Oh well, because the other thing too is like that part they wrapped that up quick. They wrapped that up in like the second episode, and then they went to the Isildur stuff
Yeah.
since he was still alive.
I thought I really thought the black elf dude was dead.
I thought he was dead too. He just
I thought it
popped
was
back
like,
up.
wait.
Like, did he get stabbed in the side?
I was like, I thought he was dead. Like he rolled up on Sauron and died. So
he rolled up on
oh no, the
Adir.
Adir.
Yeah, he rolled up
Adir,
on him,
whatever.
and he was just like, "Hey, bro, you ain't ready for this," and just stabbed him in the side and dropped him. I'm like,
yeah, that's what I thought he was dead.
I was
like, oh man, he dead.
Then he just pops up, like starts doing some cool stuff with an arrow.
And he was with him. I was like, oh,
okay. Somebody must have had the wrong table read when they did that. But yeah, overall I thought the season was actually way better. I enjoyed it. I think that I'm glad that, like I said, I'm glad they got a season 3 green light, because
like if they have sense and they know that season 4 and 5 ain't happening,
just go on and end it.
Just go ahead and end it with season 3. That means you gotta speed things up.
Yeah,
I
mean, y'all do an hour episode so you can get through this.
Because if you can just immediately get them rings into the king's hand, don't wait to episode 4 to get the kings to have their rings, and move quickly of him making the final ring. Then it's just, you can just have epic battles for the rest of it and finish out.
Yeah, because they do a good job when they decide to do a battle scene. They always do a good job with it.
Yeah.
So that's when they decide to do it, because the one in episode 7, that was off the chain. And I will give Galadriel, the actress, credit. Like, her fight scenes are always good. They always make her fight scenes good and realistic. They don't have her just like dominating somebody. Like, she had to put in work. Like, because her and Sauron, that fight was actually pretty good. Like, because you could tell he was trying not to really hurt her until she kept pissing him off.
Yeah, I was like, homeboy was ready to marry you.
I'm talking about he's still in love. Like, baby, I was gonna put a crown on your head and just let you do whatever you want, girl.
Yeah, like whatever you want.
Can't you hear this R&B, this fresh R&B music in the background?
No.
Can't you hear this? I'm in the rain with no shirt on. Can't you?
Spinning around.
So I mean, dude, nose was wide open. But that fight was actually, like I said, that fight scene was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
And like I enjoyed a lot of the cinematography as well, because they did a good job. Like I think it was episode 4 or 5 where Elrond and his crew had to fight the dead kings or whatever. And that part was good. Like, they did a very good job this season of bringing that to life, in my opinion. So yeah, overall I thought it was good. Like, there are a couple of episodes that was kind of like, okay, y'all need to speed this up, but
yeah,
overall I thought they did a very good job.
So
overall,
when the Harfoots have to leave their little home, that's now when they're gonna go find their little hobbit holes.
Yeah, that stuff honestly should be over, because they're not involved anymore.
No, they're out of it.
They should not be involved in anything anymore. I know people probably not gonna like that, but it makes sense, because should. Sorry to cut you off. Mm-hmm.
The show should end like The Hobbit ended. It should end going straight into The Hobbit. Or like I said previously, like the ring has to end up with Smeagol. It has to make sure like you can get that seamless, like The Hobbit went into the Lord of the Rings. Like, it has to,
because this needs to go into the beginning of Fellowship, where the first 10 minutes was the fight, because that's where the ring gets dropped. So when Isildur cuts the ring, cuts Sauron's fingers, there should probably be that episode should be the episode before the end. The last episode should be him succumbing and going crazy and wearing it around his neck, him getting ambushed on the road and it falling into the river.
Yeah, that's
how it should end. And then and then you could probably just see the hand go down and grab it, and that that's Smeagol.
Yeah,
grabbing it. So yeah, but that whatever, however they plan on ending it, that should be the end. Like them in that battle in Mordor, because he still has to go back to Mordor. So that should be the end of the season. It goes right into the Lord of the Rings part, that beginning. So I mean, that's the thing. And I don't, like I said, I have no idea how they're gonna do this, but it'll be interesting because Amazon previously said they wanted 5 seasons. I don't think they're gonna get that. I really don't. Especially if what they're saying is true, that they didn't get a lot of the ratings were that bad, because they paid like $400 million for this season. They I don't think they're gonna do past season 3. I just don't think they're gonna do it. So ended it there. Now, one more thing before we get out of here. Agatha All Along has started. We're episode 4 was this week. So my thoughts on, because I've watched the first 3 episodes, I enjoy it. However, I will say this: I do understand people saying, "Why am I watching this?" And what does, because the problem is Marvel has set everything up to all fit in line with what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
And from what I've seen so far, this don't fit into nothing.
Yeah. I think, I don't know. Do you know who the teen is?
No, I don't.
Okay, I know who the teen is. So it fits. Just hold on.
Okay. Because I mean, if you're trying to replace Elizabeth Olsen's Wanda Maximoff with Agatha, people are gonna blow their top.
No.
Like, do not do that. Do not do that.
Not at all.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love myself some Catherine Hahn. I think she's an
and there
awesome
was already like a little not an Easter egg, but it was already some points. There was already something that revealed who he was.
Okay.
That already happened in, like, I don't know, the first or second episode, whatever. But like, I think first of all, that song, Down the Witch's Road, listen. Everybody is pop locking to and twerking to that song. That song went hard.
Yeah. They did a good job on it. Like, I will give them this, like, the songs they come up with, they've done a very good job with.
Yeah. I think if people, like, if you know what, honestly, even if they don't connect it to nothing in any Marvel anything, that's fine with me, because we all loved what was it called? What show called? WandaVision. And we all loved Agatha in it.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just get it. If a character everybody resonates and loves, sometimes the character just gets their own show. It's like reality show. Sometimes that character gets their own show. And I'm enjoying it. I think a lot of people are enjoying it. Obviously there's the issue of it being like, oh, how dare you have a middle-aged woman be a main character in a Marvel? Like, how dare you? That's too woke. I don't know if you saw that type of stuff.
I didn't see that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I saw that. That was on my Twitter timeline. They were very upset about that.
Well, they were upset about it just being off mostly female cast, and I'm I ignore them people, because I'm like,
dude, no, they were talking about they were going hard on it. So like, I already knew what it was.
Yeah.
So, but at the same time, by them doing it, like, it also reinforces.
Well, it's supposed to be like that. It's a coven. Ain't no men in that.
And then it's all about, like, like divine feminine power and things like that, which is very, anti-misogynistic, patriarchal.
You got to know what you're watching, people.
No, it's not going to be warm and fuzzy and uplifting to men. I'm sorry.
No, it's not.
It's not, because it's witches.
Yeah, it's witches, bro. You're gonna have to. I mean, I like it because I like that. I like the cast, because look, they had the mama from that '70s show in there. I love her.
Yeah.
I love
That
her. So
is like very well done, and we're learning a lot. And I'm
yeah.
enjoying these women and the characters and the different trials that they're gonna each have to go through.
Yeah, because that's the whole point about the witch's road. Like you go on that road, like it's going to test
Yeah.
you, and
Each type of
people
witch is going to be tested.
people are gonna die. There's some people's going to die.
Yeah, they're gonna die.
Yeah,
So
so
like I think people should just like with anything, watch it,
yeah,
enjoy it.
yeah, just don't have any preconceived notions about it.
Yeah, and if it doesn't have anything like with all Marvel things, with all Disney whatever, they're going to throw in something that's going to connect it to everything else. So just calm it down. Yeah. Even if you can't see it, it's there. It's going to happen. You're going to get that by the end, whatever.
Yeah. That's because I'm enjoying it so far. I think it's really well done. And the good thing about it too is it's not hard, but they're doing a lot of stuff with the creepiness. Like, and I like the creepiness because like when they showed the acolyte women in black when they started doing the witch, I'm like, bro, run. I'm like, dude, run.
Like move.
like move. Like, cause and then they started doing the whole ring stuff where they were just like creeping in the houses. I'm like, yeah. All right, y'all got the right. While
the song is going and the bass is dropping, and listen, that was so smooth. So it's like I say, take everybody, just sit there, enjoy it.
Yeah, just because it really ain't that serious. So, but yeah, I personally, I'm having fun. So it's a fun show, and I'm enjoying it. So I mean,
and I like to point out that Jay did not watch episode 4.
Yeah, I did.
Everybody.
Yes, I did.
Jay didn't watch episode 4.
Why are you always doing this?
Everybody, Jay did not watch episode 4.
At least, but see, if I would have went to TwitchCon, I would have told you. I wouldn't have had me having to contact you to find out you was there.
I told you I was going to TwitchCon.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I told you.
No, you did not. No, you didn't.
And did you even ask my question on your Q&A?
Because I couldn't find it. But
wow. And I was in there. I was like, where my question at? Where my question at? Wow, y'all. Y'all see this? See, this is like this is 11 years of friendship. Yeah, Jay dropping the ball. Thank you, Sam.
But you didn't tell me. You go all the way to TwitchCon and don't even tell me. So I'm sitting up here trying
the 4th episode.
Wow.
He didn't ask my question in the Q&A episode for his podcast.
Number one, what was your question? You want to tell everybody what your question was?
I wanted each one of y'all to say how amazing and how much you love me and why you love me.
Thank you. There you go.
That was my question.
Oh, so even your brother didn't know.
Yeah, that don't matter.
Wow.
He don't count.
I am so sorry, my brother. I am so sorry.
He don't count.
See how you be doing, people. We be caring, and you just See how you be doing?
No, because I told you, Jay.
You did not tell me.
I told you.
The only reason why I knew because I followed you on Instagram and I saw your pictures.
All I posted was a glass of wine, of a mimosa.
Mm-hmm. What about your friends you met out there?
That ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
I did. But people, I hope you enjoyed the episode today. Thank you for joining us.
See, and that's what happens when you have 11 years of friendship, because that's. What about that Zelda though? You've been playing the Zelda?
Yeah.
That Zelda like crack. Zelda's always like crack. Zelda is a line of cocaine on a stripper's behind.
Okay, you've been watching RoboCop again. So
Jay, wait, you got to make sure you clip that. You got to put that on the socials.
Oh boy, you trying to?
I be saying some wild stuff, Jay. And you don't be putting clips, and that's how you're going to get more people watching our crazy stuff.
I just want to go out on a limb and just say I'm so glad I'm not monetized.
But would get monetized if you clip these.
I would get demonetized.
No, because I ain't cuss. You're only gonna get demonetized if I cuss and say something really canceled.
Line of crack off a stripper's behind.
Yes, I said Zelda's like a line of cocaine on a stripper's behind. It's that good.
Demonetized. So
that wouldn't demonetize you.
Demonetized. So with that being said, we'll be back next week for episode 5 of Agatha All Along.
And hopefully Jay's all caught up.
I'll be caught up for Agatha All Along. We got Winging It Podcast coming up in about 25 minutes. It's going to be a freestyle episode, so please come through. We're just going to be talking about random stuff, and chat will be open as always. Vicky, anything you want to pimp out?
As always, come by. Fangirl review. I've been playing Zelda like nonstop. I might play tonight. I don't think I'm gonna stream. I unlocked all the maps, so all the map is clear now. So I'm happy.
I gotta do that. I gotta finish unlocking the map. But
I gotta unlock all the map. I know I was ahead of my time. I know I was fighting stuff that I should not have been fighting. I
got a couple of echoes because I went places I wasn't supposed to.
I was
saving my behind.
There was echoes that I wasn't even able to use because they required 5 thingies. They only had 4. Like I was like, oh shoot, I shouldn't even have fought that thing. Now I got 5 thingies, so now I can use them.
Yeah. So I feel you on that because I got a couple of them that I've been using. Some of them 4s, them 3, 4s, and 5s be coming in handy. So
listen.
But yeah, come through tonight in about at 7 and come through and hang with us, and we will see you guys next Sunday.
Wait, everybody gonna be there tonight?
Supposed to.
I want to see Shadow's shiny head.
He's supposed to be there. So
okay, I want to make a Mr. Clean joke, but go ahead.
Okay, and on that note, we'll see you next Sunday. Peace out, people.
Bye.